Hello everyone, back with another message here for December 11th. You're gonna lose her, he said. They're trying to falsify evidence. They've got some kind of video. A few days back, they were discussing hiring a videographer to splice and dice content of someone's channel. Downfall, they say, they hope. They're trying to, oh, and then they were told to put it into logical order. They're trying to present a fictional story. They're trying to present some kind of a downfall, and I don't know what this is. They're trying to predict your downfall. It's like these really weird stories that make no sense, you know, that they get everybody to believe in, and it's like, it just makes no absolute sense. They're splicing and dicing content, trying to put it into logical order, and it won't ever make any sense because they're taking it out of context. They want to write the story of your downfall. They're saying that they think you're a Syrian. Syrians are known for glowing or burning. Your shine is way bright, really, really bright. They're discussing your property, 40 acres, they said. They want it. Trustworthy. You are, your team is, your new spiritual family. So they can't really get anybody to turn against you, to violate you, because your family is trustworthy, which is great news. You're doing very well. They've got concerns about your lineage. Could be your ancestors, could be your chosen family and this lineage that you will produce. Loyalty, faithfulness, light, power. We're just going to have to go for it, he said. This is kind of a take on an earlier read. They were talking about a baby, and this is where they said microwave it. So this is how they're doing stuff. Or they could be making some kind of a solution, because they're talking about snake oil. They think holistic medicines are fraudulent. They don't want anybody using plant medicine. They want people on their snake oil. Their snake oil, if you look at history, had heroin in it, cocaine in it, all this stuff. They want you on snake oil. They don't want you doing what you're doing. They don't want you using plants to bring symbiosis or harmony to your functioning temple system. Getting rid of those castles. These ancient vampires need to blend in. It exists. It still exists. They're in shock. They're in horror. They're in despair. It exists. Whatever this future or something that they were hoping to annihilate, it still exists. She's got tattoos everywhere. You don't fit in with their desired mold of what they feel a representative should be. You're hard to copy. You're hard to mimic. You've got distinct markings which most likely can't be duplicated. You are pure. They know it. They're talking about your purity. You're not a virgin, but you were long, long ago when you were first sacrificed. So at the beginning of this horror of sacrificial processes you've been under, you were a virgin. They're just going to go for it. Somehow they believe they're going to make you work for them. The address. So they got your location. Or they're talking about a different location of something. They want to defile, to sell for profit, this person's sexual energy. Repudiate. Refuse to accept or be associated with. Someone hates you, despises you, won't allow you in the clique. It could also be that you refuse to have anything to do with them. Repudiate is also to deny the truth and validity of a situation, a circumstance, or a person. They don't want to work with you. They're refusing to accept you as you are. They had a dream, a fantasy. They had partial knowledge, and they generated this huge egregore. Ambassador, which is an official representative. It's what you are. Approved of, validated, and accepted by as an official representative by proxy on behalf of another. You are an ambassador. And this is scaring the shit out of them. You survived all the hate, the witchery attacks, the attempts on your life, the car accidents, the ugly spells, the fat spells, the make her body shut down spells, or his body, the instability, the abuse. They know what they did to you. And you're an ambassador. You have the official role of speaking on behalf of a higher representative. And an ambassador is pretty high. So they're really upset about this. And their excuse for hurting you? She didn't want to join us. You didn't want to get caught up in their bullshit. You didn't want to do the witchery. You didn't want to do the black magic. You didn't want to do the threesomes, the infidelity, the orgies. You didn't want to steal from others. You didn't want to hurt others. They're calling you Santa Maria, which is a title for the Mother, the Virgin Mary, the Holy Mary. You know, and as time goes on, and you go through the cycles of birth and death and rebirth, names change, energy doesn't. They didn't track you very well. They didn't realize it was you they were doing all this to. Throughout the generations, they lost track. They're connected somehow, he said. And that is she, the Most High, God, and that King of the highest heavenly mountain, which is God's promise to the world. Trine. Trine. They went through, he said. She and he walked through the valley of the shadow of death. They climbed up out of fiery pits, extreme abuse, and they came out on the other side, victors. Don't touch me, someone said. And then they mentioned U of A, which is the University of Arizona. I tried to look up to see what else that might mean, but I don't know what U of A may stand for. Some kind of secret code? I don't know. They're talking about your heritage. This is your heritage. God's promise to the world was to bring she and he through the valley of the shadow of death, and here they are. And then they're going to be here, the Most High God, with the King, Yeshua, and she, his wife, God's promise to the world. They went through the valley of the shadow of death, and they came out the other side as victors, and now they get their heritage. They get their property. They get their possessions. It's yours. It's his. It's hers. It's your promise. You're the promise. You have the gift, the promise to the world. And they want the stuff. They want to be you, but they don't want to fulfill your role. You know, they want to commercialize, to decrease the value of, to make everything throwaway, you know, to minimize. while they elevate themselves on the prize. One masculine said, I'm not going to say it anymore. There could be a slander or a curse, some kind of an incantation. Whatever they're trying to do, whatever they're saying, they were speaking blasphemous or vile. What does they call that? False, what do they call that? Bearing false witness. That's what it is, bearing false witness. And they're not going to do it anymore. How did you do it? He asked. And it sounded like somebody just got aboard somebody else's destiny, or perhaps they slipped by or passed through the gates for this new chapter. Like they don't have to go back. They get to move forward. They're arguing. They've been caught. They've been erasing her. They've been taking you out of history. They've been deleting you out of the books, minimizing you and your vitality, your presence, and your role here. They've been erasing you all this time, and they've been caught. Again, names change, but energy doesn't. Cycle after cycle of abuse she and he have been through. But they've been erasing her, so he may have thought that she was gone, long gone, like she took a pass, went somewhere else, or just was deleted out of existence, but she wasn't. She was here the whole time, buried. And they found her. And both of them came through the valley, alive, victors. They need you, Shining One, to come back. But apparently, you are in a twin flame union. She and he have moved through the valley of the shadow of death and come out the other side, and now you're moving into your heritage, the gift to the world by the Most High God. Everybody was fighting to be that, but only two are. They're having a discussion. Something is backwards. And they're talking about Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the learned healer whose higher intelligence forms a bridge between earth and heaven. You did it. And you're not a Sag. They had partial knowing, partial prophecy, and they made up the rest. And that's what I got for you with that story, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.